Well, there are only 3 races that Poling hasn't won this season. Dorian Penn won 2 of them. The third was won by one of the young American drivers who was perhaps a little bit under the radar before the season started, but now Chloe Chambers and Lia Block, I think, have certainly made a name for themselves given their results so far this season. As I mentioned, Chambers picked up that race win. She's the only driver not named Abby Poling or Dorian Penn to have a win this year in F1 Academy, and as a result, she's 4th in the Drivers' Championship, and she could still finish as high as 2nd if Penn has some bad luck in the final 2 rounds. But Lia Block also had a great weekend in Singapore, finishing 4th in both races. That propelled her up to 8th in the championship, and she was actually only 0.2 of a second away from a podium in the opening race because Dorian Penn had a 5-second penalty. She ultimately opened up a 5.2-second gap, so she did hang on to that third-place finish. But nonetheless, still a great result for Lia Block, Esha, in these 2 races here, 4th place on the road in both of them. How big of a statement was that for the Williams Academy driver as she looks to further her career in open-wheel racing?
Oh, I think it was very big. It was very nice to see her have these 2 solid races in Singapore, as you mentioned. I remember at the start of the season when it was announced that she would be racing for the Formula One Academy, everybody was very excited, especially given, her family history. And so I think it's amazing to see her put in a good weekend. 8th place in the championship is a very good place to be. You're still in the top 10. And so I think that, I hope that the rest of the season she's able to keep up this performance and that she finishes the season off on a good note as well. And I think that, next season, if she's still racing for Formula One Academy, we could see better things from her as well.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Leah's performance, and like you mentioned, Isha, I think there was a little bit of hype surrounding her coming into the year, given she does come from a racing family, but obviously this is something radically different from what her late father Ken Block was famous for with his rallying and everything, and kind of surprising that Lia Block was racing this year, given that I think a lot of people expected her to follow a similar path, and she still might go down that path. We'll see what her future career holds here, but if she is trying to break into the open wheel racing world, I think she's taken a very solid first step this year and has noticeably improved her pace from where it was at the start of the year, and been able to close the deal out a little bit better here in Singapore as well to have that pace and then be able to come home with 4th place finishes and move up the standings a little bit. I think is a great result for her. So we'll keep an eye on that.